Hey guys, it's Rush G here. How are you all doing? Today in this level up your game video, I am talking about single hit confirms. I'm going to keep it relatively simple. I'm going to talk about two scenarios. Single hit confirms in neutral and single hit confirms off frame traps. Two are very different. I don't want to give any sort of background to this topic. Let's just go straight in and discuss the two situations. So just thinking now, is Akuma a character for this? Let's have a look. We'll find out. So I'm going to get Akuma to do some typical Akuma stuff. So crouching, do that again. Crouching heavy punch. No, I didn't want that. I know it's a regular heavy punch, isn't it? Okay. Regular heavy punch. And I think that'll do actually. Maybe we'll throw a stand medium punch in. We'll do that as well. But we may not use stand medium punch. So let's start off with stand crouching heavy punch first, because this one is actually very whiff punishable. Even though it's a good button, it's actually pretty weak in some areas. So actually, before we even get Akuma to do anything, concept of single hit confirms in neutral. There's obviously two ways to do this. There's reaction based hit confirms and there's buffers. So let's go into detail on what the buffers are and how to buffer, because there's different ways to buffer. So if I was to say to buffer off of Ken's normals, his main one we buffer off of is stand medium punch. Definitely stand medium punch with buffer. And when I say buffer, what I do is I buffer the special input, not the button press for the moves to come out, just the input, the actual directions you press. So the obvious one would be stand medium punch tatsu. So that's me walking in and out pressing stand medium punch. But to buffer the tatsu, I'm doing that. Look at the inputs. You see that? I'm doing stand medium punch, half quarter circle backwards. So I'm walking in and out of the range of Akuma's normal. So I'm wary of a stand medium kick. His stand medium kick will destroy me in neutral pretty much. It's 5 frame startup and it can be confirmed on hit. And it's good for buffers as well for Akuma. They can just buffer red fireball off of it. So I'm walking in and out. I don't want to be too close to that stand medium punch to challenge. And there, that would be risky to throw out a stand medium punch, because his stand medium kick will beat that. That's 7 frame. Akuma's stand medium kick is a 5 frame. So I'm walking in and out of range, probably back to here. I don't want to get challenged by stand medium kick. I don't want medium kick from him to be a problem, but I do want to challenge his crouching heavy punch, and that is the perfect range. If I buffer, and as soon as I see his stand heavy punch whiffing or in startup, I press kick after the quarter circle backwards, and that's how I get that confirmed. It's a reaction. So obviously if you buffer the whole... So you can see there I'm not getting tatsu obviously. I'm not pressing heavy kick. But as soon as I press heavy kick, I get the heavy kick tatsu. So that's how it works. The other thing you can do is with buffering is you can buffer the entire input. You can see there I'm not getting heavy kick tatsu at all. Problem with this is on hit, yes it does combo, but what if they block and you're just buffering tatsu every time? If they block, of course, you put yourself in an unsafe situation. So this is why I don't agree entirely with buffering the whole input. There are situations where it's good, very good, like I think of light buffers where you buffing inputs, and that is a hard buffer to do. You see there, it's a bit, the input's a bit messy, but I'm doing stand light kick, heavy punch DP. I don't really buffer this because it's, as you saw then, the DP even comes out. You gotta be so fast for the DP not to come out. If you do it too slow, the DP will come out. You don't want that. That's not a bad buffer, because if they charge into you, if they run, if Akuma was to dash and you're buffering this, the DP will cancel into the DP off stand light kick. You'll get the hit. So I'd say it's better to buffer the entire input off lights, but it's not a complete science, you know what I mean? It depends on the situation, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're expecting a dash, if you're standing here and you're expecting, let's say, let me think. If you're expecting Mika to do crouch and heavy punch into V trigger and you're standing back here, you can buffer that all you want because you know it's coming, and as soon as she rolls and whiffs, that's going to hit. I'll show you that a bit later. So that's how I would explain buffering. So let's put that into practice now. Let's just use stand heavy punch. Stand heavy punch is really easy to whiff punish. So I'm gonna, like, I wouldn't just throw stand medium punch out as I am now, yeah. But let's just show the example. Oh damn, that was unfortunate. I'll explain why it's happening. Like there, see, I saw him starting up his crouching heavy punch, hence me confirming it. There's another one, you saw him whiff. There, his active frames beat my active frames. And again. It's a very simple exercise to do. Let's try and do more of a, because I'm kind of preempting that. Let's just, I'm sorry, I'm kind of reacting to it. Let's, so there I'm buffering the input, which is not the way to do it, the entire input. Bit too slow. There you go, the reaction. So that's how it works, and that's what you want to do in neutral. When you want to get single hit confirms. I'm trying to think of another example here. What other button could I use? See, I think stand light kick is good for beating Akuma's crouching heavy punch. You can do that as well, and that's not a buff, that's a reaction. So it's being wary of your spacing. And to help with the single hit confirms, you should be looking at the opponent. I tend to look at their feet, so I want to see if they're walking towards me. Because it doesn't have to be just the move you whiff punish. So okay, we can do crouch and medium kick for walking. So, oops, that's a bad confirm. There you go again. So that works really well. But where you want to catch, like, walking movement, so where they're walking in and out, backwards and forwards, crouch and medium kick is a better confirm to use, a better attack to use for movement, because you can catch them whiffing and walking forwards as well. And again, you buff it. Let's do Tatsu. I'll do medium kick Tatsu for now. There, you buffer the input, you buffer the quarter circle backwards, but you only press the medium kick after you do the quarter circle backwards, and you see them walking or whiffing. That's the important thing. You want to see them walk or whiff. Same again there, I saw him walking. Exactly how it works. So that's, I'd say in a nutshell, that's what you want to do in neutral. You want to get used to buffering the motion of the special, but you want to look at what they're doing. If they whiff, if they dash, and if they're walking forwards, that helps you buy time to confirm the hit by pressing the button after the buffered input of the special for the special to come out. That's all you do. It's really easy. Ken stand medium punch is very good for that. I don't recommend buffering the entire input, because people will bait it. They'll walk into your range and block, and when you buffer the input, the special will come out. If you're buffering DP, you know, GG's pretty much. So that's single hit confirms through buffering. Before I move on to the frame it's not so much buffering now, like how you single hit confirm. I don't know how to explain this. So you know, like line breaks or target combos. So target combos and linking into CA, I'd say that they come under the same bracket. To be fair, linking to CA is its own entity. We'll talk about that now actually. So game can link into CA in 3 ways. Crouching medium punch, normal hit, stand medium punch counter hit, and people don't know this, stand heavy punch on normal hit as well can be linked into CA. The difference with linking and cancelling, so we were cancelling before, we're cancelling normals into special. A link is where you don't cancel the animation of the normal to get the combo. You can wait out the animation of the normal after you've made the hit to cancel into CA, but you do have to buffer the input of the CA at a certain time for it to get the link. Buffering the CA, so if I were to do this, if I were to do crouching medium punch, buffer, see look at those inputs, crouching medium punch, it's really messy there I can see, but quarter circle forward, that's the buffer, and there's a precise timing to do that off crouching medium punch to get the CA. I use once my hit lands, the crouching medium punch, that gives me the time I need to then press the light kick or any kick for the CA to come out. And because I know I've inputted the CA at the precise timing, I've got time between the strike landing, me buffering the input, and then the crouching medium punch animation ending to press the kick to get the confirm. So now it sounds like a load of gobbledygook, but let me show you. Let's show you the difference between the two first. So a cancel from crouching medium punch would look like staying off guard. Look like that. It's instant. As soon as the hit lands, it comes out. You can't react in that way. You can't react in that way. However, the link looks like that. It's ever so slightly different. And if you look at the inputs, I'm buffering CA after every medium punch. Doing that. As soon as I get the hit, I just press the light kick to get the CA. Whereas this, there's no time in between the medium punch and me pressing light kick. It's pretty much instantaneous. You can do that. I have done medium punch to CA many times, but it's times where they've whiffed, much like the example before. If they whiff the roll right in front of me, and I've committed myself to going for a crouching medium kick link into CA, they whiff a throw right in front of me, I don't even mess about, I just go straight into it because I've seen the whiff. It's given me time to recognise that I can go into CA, much like crouching medium kick. When I confirm crouching medium kick, it's all about movement, whiff, and dashes. If I see them dash at me, move, walk towards me, or whiff a button, that's what tells me to go into DP. I can cancel into the DP. The difference between crouching medium punch and crouching medium kick is that the link, cause this is +5 on block, that's why you can link it into CA. You can't link from crouching medium kick. It doesn't work. You don't have the plus frames to link. So this must be a cancel. But the cancel window on crouching medium kick is larger than the cancel window of crouching medium punch and stand medium punch. So this is actually a better button to cancel off of, whereas this is pretty good because it has reach, but it's not easy to actually raw. You can see there, it's a bit of a, you kind of winging it a bit. You can't, I don't think you can actually react, cancel off this with ease, whereas this, you get a bit more time, you get a few more frames to cancel, which makes a big difference. But yeah, the link, you need the plus frames and you get more time to cancel into CA because it's a link. The animation of the normal must end first before you go into CA for it to be a link. If you were to cut the animation, it's a cancel. It's two different things. So we mentioned as well, stand medium punch, counter hit, that's +5 on counter hit only. You can link that. And stand heavy punch, that's +5 on hit as well. You can. It's a bit harder to time that. Can link that. But crouching medium punch is the best one to go for when it comes to a link. So let's go back to our neutral practice. I don't think Akuma's great for this because his crouching heavy punch is so damn good. But we'll rock with it, we'll run with it. So when you're in neutral, when you're using target combo and the CA link, you're looking again for things to whiff. I'm looking at the opponent to see him then whiff. And then that gives me the indication to confirm into the second hit. That's the easy way, really. That's a hard one to do because I've got to be really close to Akuma to do that. There you go. That was a confirm there. I got him during the start frames. There you go. I'm looking for movement. I'm looking for patterns. Do you know what I mean? Like there too, at a range. And other indicators, in this situation, other indicators are the sound of the hit with these kind of confirms, the animation. So when you can see the animation, you see the yellow spark and a bit of a knockback kind of animation. On block, you get like a bluey grey circle, different noise. Akuma's arms go up. You're looking for these indicators to help give you more time to react to what's going on. So you're looking at their movement, a whiff, a dash, the noise, the visual effect, all to help you confirm the one hit into the second hit. The thing about the target combo is, and the CA link, is you don't need any forward movement like dashing, whiffs to get them as well. So with the other ones, as I mentioned, so I've set it to random guard now. I'm not convinced you can confirm this on hit every time. Raw. See how doable this is. See, I've already pressed heavy kick. I've already failed at doing that. I don't think you can. I'm not convinced you can confirm this on hit and block raw. You need some kind of forward movement, a dash like we said, a whiff to confirm it. However, target combos and the crouch and melee punch confirm are very different. So let's try the same drill now with this. Already failed. I've got to turn the sound up a little bit. So if I concentrate, I should be able to confirm that every time. We'll start with chin buster actually. Bit late on that last one. I pressed the heavy punch a bit late, but you can see there, you can confirm that raw. So no movement, no whiffs, no dashing, no walking, which is movement, but you can confirm it raw. Same with crouching medium punch into CA. You don't need any form of movement, so let's concentrate again. As long as if you drop the confirm on hit, fair enough, but if you don't want to get a confirm on block and mess up, because then you'll be punishable, that's the key thing. So if you don't get every single hit confirmed, when you do get the strike landing, that's fine, you played it safe. But one thing, if you guys know Matty Ice, he's a chem player, US chem player, one thing he told me a long time ago is, don't think about the confirm missing, focus on it hitting, because if you focus on it hitting, your success rate will be higher. Sounds a bit weird, I didn't really understand it at first, but what he was saying was if you go with the outlook that it's going to hit, and you look more for the hit, when you do get the hit, you're going to confirm it more. And that bit of advice helped me a lot in terms of making sure I was landing my hit confirms, my single hit confirms. So just to recap how far we are in the video, We spoke about single hit buffers, focusing on movement, dashes, whiffs. We spoke about the difference between a cancel and a link, and then how to raw confirm single hits, i.e. target combos, crouch and medium punch. Just to wrap up, you can single hit confirm raw crouch and medium kick, but it's really hard to do. I recommend doing tatsu first to begin with, so light kick or medium kick tatsu. Okay, he's blocking. Okay, so it's very difficult to do this. Yeah, I'm completely screwing it up now. But it's possible. You've got to practice it a lot to get it raw. But I'll be honest, I tend, with the crouch and medium kick confirm, I tend to look for movement. I never lab this raw. I think it's too much of a risk because it's very hard to confirm raw. Sometimes you get lag where you think you got the hit. Sometimes I see people walking at me and I've already committed to crouch and medium kick, so I think, yeah, they've walked, I've got DP, and they somehow block it. So I don't really understand why that happens. So it's worth labbing that at the highest level just to get familiar with it. But for crouch and medium kick, I think it's more of a movement based whiff punish single hit confirm. Or, which rolls nice into the next section of this video, frame traps using utilizing single hit confirms. So let me set that up now. I'll be back with you shortly.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, I have set Akuma to do one or two things. He is going to do crouch jab, which is a 4 frame, and stand jab, which is a 3 frame. So we're going to focus on 4 frame gaps first and how to blow them up. So for those that don't know, Ken has good frame traps if you really explore his plus frames. The problem with Ken is yes, his normals aren't the greatest. His normals aren't the problem, it's pushback which is the issue, not his normals itself. So he gets pushed out of range, that's the problem at close range. So to frame trap, so we're going to talk about 3 frame button frame traps. You've got stand light punch, back medium punch, frame traps. You've got crouch and medium punch, back medium punch. Even though Akuma's in 4 frame, it'll work for 4 frame, 3 frame. And you've also got crouch and light punch, back medium punch. That's the 3 basic ones. But then you've also got other ones, like you can do stand light punch delays. Sorry, you can do light punch delays. So you can do stand or crouch, light punch, light punch. So you can do, see that count hits? And you can do the same with crouch. Now, while I do like the delays in the light punches, what I don't like it is because there's a manual delay yourself. Many times online, I've manually delayed what I feel is correct, and they've jabbed out of it. Sorry, yawning again. It's very frustrating. So this is why I prefer things like crouch and light punch, back medium punch, because it's auto timed. You know, it's the gap itself it's always going to happen. Whereas if I do that crouch and light punch, crouch and light punch, crouch and light punch, crouch and light punch is my preferred over stand light punch because the pushback is less. Do it too fast, it's true string, they can't mash. Do it too slow, I get hit. So you got to find the precise timing. That's a great way to frame trap. I actually prefer that. To blow up 3 frame buttons, I like to use that. Single hit confirms are frame traps now. So this is what makes it hard with Ken to convert, I think, if you're not using those light strings. If you noticed, all his 3 frame traps revolve around using back medium punch as a second hit. As you know, this is now, because it's a frame trap, I have to confirm raw off back medium punch. So That would be a single hit confirm. That's single hit confirm. That's single hit confirm. With this train exercise, what you should do is set, I think, set the opponent to random guard, take the guard action off, and put counter on random as well. And the first thing you should do is start with stand light punch, medium punch. If the stand light punch hits, count it or no count it, doesn't matter. You know the back medium punch will hit, making the confirm easier. But with this setup, you'll see I will get a light punch blocked, back medium punch hitting. There you go. So you want to be able to confirm both scenarios, the stand light punch, back medium punch, and also the blocked stand light punch, back medium punch. So if I were to do this now, let's stay centered, that's fine. Messed it up already. That was badly timed. So you've got to make sure the stand light punch, back medium punch is done correct timing, else it won't combo. There you go. Messed it up. Got it. Got it again. Got it again. If the light punch hits, I don't need to confirm it, to be fair. So I'm more focused on the fact that the light punch is blocked and the back medium punch hits. So that's the scenario I want to focus on. Yeah, fine. Fine. There you go. Bit late that time. Messed up. There you go. So that's a great way to get used. That's probably the best exercise to do to start your single hit confirm practice. From a counter hit, sorry, from a frame trap. So that's the first thing. Now we split two ways. You cannot do this. If I set a Kuma to do 3 frame jab, let's put this back. Guard all. Turn count it off. So I'm gonna, before Akuma was doing a 4 frame jab, now he's doing his 3 frame startup jab. So I'll still get the count it hit, the count it frame trap here. Count it from the frame trap. Same with crouching light punch, back medium punch. Same with crouching medium punch, back medium punch. However, if I go for a 4 frame gap now, so stand light punch, crouching medium punch, no longer works. Because I've left a 4 frame gap and he's using a 3 frame button. So I must use a 3 frame trap. But if a character is going to throw, or if they have no access to a 3 frame, you can create these situations. Frame traps, 4 frame gap frame traps. Now these are nice. Again, they're all single hit confirms, but the concept I'm trying to explain in this video is because you're setting up a single hit confirm situation. Mentally, you're ready for that. Let's use crouching medium kick. We're mentally thinking, if they mash, I'm going to get counted on the crouching medium kick, and I'm already buffering the input into DP like that. Yeah, this gives you more time. Oops, DP wasn't it? Confirm it. I have more time to confirm because I'm mentally preparing myself for the hit to land if they mash. I'm already thinking about it in neutral when I'm using this. If I'm honest, it's quite a pessimistic viewpoint. I don't expect to get much damage with this because it's stubby. And the range is terrible. It's -1 block as well. It sucks. It's kind of only really works against like the really slow attacks. So I'm not really expecting it to hit for the most part. But here, I'm setting up a situation. +2 into a 6 frame button. 4 frame gap to the mass. I'm mentally telling myself it's going to hit if they mash. Obviously they mash a 3 frame. If they have a 3 frame, it's different. That's why you gotta be careful when they have a 3 frame. But for Urium to Ken, Nash, for example, character Guile that don't have a 3-frame, it's a really good tactic to use. And this is interesting because it frame traps, but of course, you know, on hit, crouch and medium punch, what can I do? Link into CA. So you can set the frame trap up to get the CA link. In the corner, this is even better, because this can also link. It's not really recommended mid-screen. You can link into DP, the same way you can do CA. It combos, counter it. That's really good. I even think, if I recall correctly, in V-Trigger, you can do that. That's mad. You can link the crouch and medium punch into light punch DP. But it depends on how good you are linking. I often do, you know, I should use that next time actually. So what I will do is, against Guile players, just turn guard all off and count it on. Sorry guys, I must be really tired, I'll keep yawning. So I will meet Guile players with crouch and medium punch when I have CA. The reason I do that is because if they wake up buttons, I get a count it combo. Crouch and medium punch combos on count it, like that. So if I get the 2 hits, I can do that. I can link into CA. You can even cancel the second hit because you saw the first hit land count it. Whoops. Very bad at cancelling this into. I think you got to cancel the crouch and medium punch straight away. Second one. You can do that. Once you see count it there, you know. Second one, I don't know why it's not coming out, but you can cancel the second hit into CA on as a cancel rather than a link because you saw the first one count it anyway. You know you're gonna get the combo. But why I also like doing this against Guile players. When I say Guile, sorry, I shouldn't say Guile. Any character that doesn't have access to a 3-frame, if they wake up buttons, you get the count it combo, and if they mash, shouldn't say Guile specifically. It's just that he's the last character I remember using this against. So I set guard all on again, turn count it off, but again Akuma's going to mash 4 frame. They block that, crouch and medium punch, what's the gap? It's 4 frame again. So you can link in the CA. So you cover into 2 scenarios there. If they mash, you get the count it combo into CA. If they frame trap and mash in between the frame trap, you get the CA link. Really good in the corner to use where characters don't have access to a 3-frame. So yeah, the main ones would be so when I say crouch and light punch, it doesn't have to be crouch and light punch. You can use stand light punch, crouch and light punch, crouch and medium punch. They all are +2 on block, but they will enable you to blow up 4-frame buttons or throw on +2 if you go into a 6-frame. So that's 6-frame, that's 6-frame. That is not 6-frame. This would be 5-frame gap, and you'll be wary of that. You can set up counter hit. So you can set up counter hit combos using frame traps. The common one I like to use is crouch and light punch, crouch and medium punch, stand medium punch. It's really nice that. But you're kind of banking on the mashing after the +2 situation. If you get that then that on block, you're committing to that and that, which is a 5-frame gap like we just showed. So it can be a little risky, but it is very powerful. It's very good if you feel like they are going to mash. So you can sort of create combos off the count it situation. So where I was showing you crouch and light kick, crouch and medium kick, crouch and light kick, that's a single hit confirm, but I can create 2-hit confirm off of the frame trap because I'm relying on the count hit situation. So there's that as well. I think that pretty much covers it, to be fair. It's a lot of information, that video, I know. So it's a case of excuse me. It's a case of picking out what you want to work at and just drill it, just lab it, try it out and see how you get on with it. But there's a number of exercises there I've shown you that can help with your single hit confirms, which actually will roll nicely into the next video I plan to share with you guys. So we'll leave it there. Any questions, any queries, any tips of your own especially, please shout in the comment section. If any of this hasn't made much sense, just give me a shout and I'll try my best to better explain it if you can give me the context of what you don't get. But it's all about numbers. Frame traps and these situations depend on what the opponent can do and what frame traps you can create with Ken. It depends where they mash as well. You know, people can mash after the set, so that can't confirm that they may mash after the crouching medium punch. If they use a slower button, you will get that hitting counter hit. The counter hit itself, the single hit confirm, can happen later on in the sequence. I saw a Ken player I played recently. I think he did something like, don't quote me on this, he did something like crouching medium punch, crouching light punch, crouching medium punch, and after that he did stand medium kick. What's interesting there is I blocked the whole sequence, but if I'd mashed after the crouching medium punch, the range I was at, he left a 6 frame gap. That may have been a nice little frame trap there, because I often use this with people who press delay buttons. Stand light punch, stand heavy punch. That is a 7 frame gap, but it catches people that don't press immediately. I have a bad habit of just pressing medium punch after a significant delay. That would crush counter me if I was to do that, delay crouching medium punch after blocking a 2 frame button. So you've got to, I mean, this is a single hit confirm video, but you've got to look at the frame traps as well and adjust them accordingly and be ready to confirm. So let's just do one last example quickly to illustrate that. Let's do I don't know Akuma's buttons too well. Let's just do crouching heavy punch. Yeah, that's fine, yeah. So the theory here is, let's say I've been doing crouching light punch into walk up pressure, yeah? But I'm walking a significant amount before I go for throw, yeah? Now, if Akuma's using crouching heavy punch to blow up my throw and he's crush countering me and start off my throw, like that, yeah? I'm doing a very delayed, okay, let's not even walk forwards. I'm really delaying the throw after crouching light punch. Getting crush countered. If I know he's going to do that next time, but he's using a very slow button, I can do that. I can frame trap using a slow button. In this stand heavy punch, like I said earlier on. But again, it becomes a single hit confirmed situation. Do you know what I mean? So the gap you leave depends on the circumstances, but you've also got to be aware of whether they've got access to a 3 frame. A 3 frame changes everything for Ken, which is unfortunate, but you got to be wary of it. So guys, much like I was saying when I was wrapping it up, any questions, any queries, give me a shout and we can discuss them in the comment section below. Guys, thanks for your time, hope that's helped. I shall catch you in the next video. Take care.